know this. I can't tell you how many women call me and say, I've been up all night looking at houses online. I found you. I mean, and men too. The internet has really opened up the world to people. So we find that's probably the strongest way to communicate with the world is the internet. And a good portion of our dollars are spent on the internet because it finds us buyers. We also don't get caught up in what I call the ego advertising a lot. We don't advertise ourselves a lot because people don't care about my company. People want to see houses.
Sure.
And that's one thing we find is we advertise the houses a lot because that's what people want to see. A lot of realtors get caught up in their own website, but the most important websites and the most important things you can give people are links to look at houses. And I think we probably understand that from the beginning. The most important marketing tool that we have is a great looking house.
Real quick, I want to ask Steve Levine how you ended up getting on the cover so quickly. It is an unusual thing. And before you do that, also go ahead and describe the criteria for getting in the magazine.
Absolutely. Real Estate Executive is a magazine for and about the top 3,000 real estate agents. Each copy goes to someone who wants to qualify for their copy by their top producer status, number of transactions, or their ranking citywide, statewide, or nationally by their franchise or within their office. And it's a nomination and vote process by a 21-member advisory board, and they can nominate anyone they want based on 3 criteria. First is someone who's passionate about their business. Second is someone who gives back generously to the community or generously to the industry. Third is someone who's got their priorities straight. As I said, it's about their God, their family, and then their clients. And lastly is a great story, and that other top agents want to read. Yeah, Tim was recommended to me almost like his first week in business, and I said, well, he's a little too new. But he did get a nomination about a year later and ended up on this cover. So it's just about that criteria, and he's certainly well qualified for that cover honor.
Very good, very good. Now, Tim, when you think about it, when you thought about approaching this industry, what made you make that transition to go from what was it that you were doing into real estate? I know you were in marketing, but what most recently had you been doing?
I was selling candy for Nestle, basically. I was making dentists happy. I was one of Nestle's top salespeople in the country. I sold a lot of candy, a lot of food.
You sold to stores, directly to stores?
I actually helped. I was a marketer and a salesperson. I sold to restaurants. For instance, you guys probably saw the Moo Latte launch at Dairy Queen, that Moo Latte drink.
Mm-hmm.
I created that at Nestle. We took the concept, or helped take the concept to Dairy Queen. They actually came up with the brand name.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
I love what I did before, but since I was a kid, I remember I was reading Greek mythology when I was 6 or 7, and the next topic I took on was real estate because a lot of our founding fathers made a lot of money buying around Chicago because they knew it was really going to develop. And that
when you said
me.
founding fathers, I had Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson popping in my head. I don't know.
No, that's the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Our founding fathers made a lot of money buying property around Chicago, and that really interested me. And I went on kind of a real estate reading jag. That I'm 41 now. I was 7 or 8 then, and I'm still on. I love reading about real estate. I love reading about making money in real estate. I'm first and foremost an investor and someone who understands real estate.
Yeah, the whole Ohio Valley area. That's what George Washington bought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They truly understood that if a metropolis is going to develop, you buy around that metropolis. I mean, it's kind of funny, the things we think today and the real estate tycoons we see today, well, those were our founding fathers. They understood those exact same principles. And I always loved history, so I fell in love with the real estate history, and then I just fell more and more in love with the real estate. I was reading about buying homes at foreclosure when I was, I think, 12 or 13. So